Nam Ji-hyun's miscarriage confirmed. Chang Wook breaks down in public apology that leaves fans in tears. An unimaginable tragedy that has shaken the heart of K-drama nation. In a moment that stunned the nation and left fans worldwide in collective heartbreak, Nam Ji-hyun's pregnancy has ended in a tragic miscarriage, just weeks after her and Chang Wook's historic announcement that they were expecting their first child together. But what followed shocked everyone even more. Chang Wook, the ever-poised and famously composed actor, collapsed into tears during a live appearance, offering a raw, unscripted public apology to fans, to Ji-hyun, and to their unborn child. What was supposed to be a beautiful chapter in their love story has taken a heartbreaking turn, and the scene that unfolded today will be remembered as one of the most emotional moments in Korean entertainment history. The whisper before the storm. Just days ago, everything appeared to be moving beautifully for the beloved couple. Rumors of a quiet Jeju Island wedding circulated, baby names were trending on Twitter, and fan art of baby Hyun flooded social media. But beneath the smiles, worry was quietly growing. Nam Ji-hyun had not been seen publicly in over a week. Her agency initially cited extended rest, but close insiders began leaking whispers of multiple emergency hospital visits, one as recent as 5 days ago. An anonymous nurse from the Samsung Medical Center stated, "She came in looking pale and exhausted." Chang Wook never left her side. He was holding her hand and whispering something to her over and over again. The devastating confirmation. At exactly 8:45 a.m. Korea Standard Time today, the world stopped. Soup Management released a short, heart-wrenching statement. "We regret to inform fans that actress Nam Ji-hyun has suffered a miscarriage due to medical complications in her second trimester. We ask for privacy and support during this extremely difficult time." What followed was a digital wave of silence, then grief. Fans responded with disbelief, sorrow, and messages of unwavering love and sympathy. The couple's name began trending once again, this time under hashtags like #StayStrongChanghyun, #OurLittleAngel, and #JiChangWook crying. Because within hours of the announcement, something even more gut-wrenching happened. The meltdown on stage. Chang Wook's breakdown at the Seoul Film Gala. Chang Wook was scheduled to make an appearance at the 2025 Seoul Film Gala, not knowing whether to cancel in light of the tragic news. According to his manager, Wook said, "If I don't say something, if I don't face them, it'll eat me alive." He arrived 20 minutes late. Dressed in all black, he stepped onto the stage to present a humanitarian award. But his hands trembled as he reached the podium. And then he paused. He began, his voice cracking. "I can't pretend nothing happened." A stunned crowd sat frozen as Chang Wook pulled the mic closer, tears already welling in his eyes. "I lost my child this week. And I almost lost the woman I love," he said, voice shaking violently. "I promised her I'd protect them both. Failed. I wasn't enough." The silence in the auditorium was unbearable. Some audience members were already crying. Then the moment that broke everyone. Chang Wook dropped to his knees on stage, sobbing openly. "I'm sorry," he whispered again and again. "I'm so sorry. To Ji-hyun, to our baby, to the fans who believed in our story." The MC rushed on stage, but he waved him off. "Let me say this. Let me own this moment." Nam Ji-hyun's letter. A mother's goodbye. Just hours after Chang Wook's breakdown, Nam Ji-hyun's agency released a letter she had handwritten from her hospital bed. "To my little one. You were with me for only a short time, but you changed everything. You made me brave. You made Appa softer. I hope you are resting in a world with cherry blossoms and warmth. I will find you again one day. Yama." Fans couldn't contain their tears. Artists across Korea and beyond began creating tribute paintings of the unborn child, often depicted surrounded by cherry blossoms and stars. A trending illustration showed a tiny baby cradled in the moon, with Chang Wook and Nam Ji-hyun below, looking up together. A shattered couple, a nation in mourning. According to insiders, Chang Wook has cancelled all engagements for the rest of 2025 and is now by Nam Ji-hyun's side 24/7. He reportedly sleeps in a chair next to her hospital bed and has turned down offers from even Netflix and Disney+. He won't leave her. He keeps asking if she's warm enough if she's eaten, a nurse revealed. He's not Chang Wook the celebrity right now. He's just a man who's trying to keep the woman he loves from falling apart. The couple had reportedly bought baby clothes just 2 weeks ago. Those items now remain folded in silence in a room no one enters. Korea responds. Flowers, letters, and candlelight vigils. Fans across Seoul have turned sadness into solidarity. Outside Samsung Medical Center, over 10,000 white flowers have been left at the entrance gates. Candlelight vigils took place in Gangnam, Daegu, and Busan last night, with fans singing lullabies, leaving letters, and sharing moments of silence for the unborn baby now called by fans as Baby Hyun. One fan's note read, "Dear Hyun, you may not have arrived on Earth, but you were loved more than most people ever are. Rest gently." What's next for Chang Wook and Nam Ji-hyun? Insiders say the couple is not thinking about the future right now. Friends reveal that Ji-hyun cries often, but also leans on Ji-wook, who reads poetry and sings to her softly to help her sleep. There are no plans for a wedding anytime soon, though friends say their bond has only deepened. He told her, "Even if we never become parents again, I want to spend my life with you," a close friend revealed. A final scene that shook us all. As Chang Wook left the Seoul Film Gala after his breakdown, a photographer captured a haunting cinematic shot. The actor, face wet with tears, standing beneath a single street lamp, hand on his heart. No words, just heartbreak. That photo has since gone viral. Fans say it doesn't need a caption. In the end, love, loss, and something more. This wasn't the ending anyone expected. Not after cherry blossoms, rooftop confessions, baby name dreams, and wedding plans. Not after the nursery paintings and heartbeat appointments. But as painful as this chapter is, it's also real. And for fans, that truth, the rawness, the love, the public vulnerability, makes Chang Wook and Nam Ji-hyun more human than ever. Not just actors. Not just stars. Two souls who dared to love loudly, and now grieve even louder. An intimate look at Chang Wook's most vulnerable moment. What was supposed to be a formal award presentation at the 2025 Seoul Film Gala quickly turned into one of the most emotionally raw, unscripted moments in Korean entertainment history. Following the shocking revelation that Nam Ji-hyun suffered a miscarriage, Chang Wook took the stage and collapsed, both emotionally and physically, into an unforgettable public apology that left the entire nation speechless. But behind the tears, behind the words that shook a theater full of industry elites, was a story the world hadn't seen. A slow-burning unraveling of a man crushed by love, loss, and guilt. This is what happened in the hours leading up to, and after Chang Wook's now legendary breakdown on stage. The dressing room. Silent panic and unspoken pain. Before stepping onto the Seoul Gala stage, Chang Wook arrived through the back entrance of the Lotte Concert Hall with minimal security. Eyewitnesses say he was unusually quiet, his face pale and his movements slow. He wore a fitted black suit, but skipped makeup entirely. He didn't speak a word to anyone, a staffer said. He just stared at the floor, gripping a folded piece of paper like it was keeping him from falling apart. In the dressing room, his stylists attempted to fix his color, but he brushed them away gently. One assistant who had worked with him for years quietly asked, "Hyun, are you sure you want to do this today?" He responded with a whisper, "I need to speak before the grief swallows me whole." The letter he never meant to read. What the world saw on stage wasn't scripted. But Chang Wook had, in fact, written a private letter just hours before the event, a letter he never intended to share publicly. That folded paper in his hand. It was that letter. Moments before his scheduled appearance, he sat alone in his car parked behind the venue. He read the letter to himself aloud. Once. Then he pressed it against his chest and whispered, "For you, Hyun." He stepped out of the car and into history. The moment time froze. The award ceremony was in full swing when Chang Wook's name was called. The audience clapped politely, unaware of what was about to unfold. He took the stage slowly. His jaw was clenched, his breathing uneven. He approached the microphone, paused, and looked out over the sea of faces, directors, actors, fans, and friends who had no idea what he was about to say. "I know I'm supposed to be here for a different reason tonight," he began, voice trembling. The crowd grew still. "But I lost my child. And I almost lost the woman I love." A gasp rippled through the room. The camera zoomed in on his face, eyes bloodshot, lip trembling, and fists clenched. The collapse, scene no script could create. Midway through his speech, as he spoke of regret and helplessness, Chang Wook's legs buckled. He fell to his knees, not as a performance, not for sympathy, but as a man truly broken. "I promised her I'd keep them safe," he choked out, eyes locked on the floor. "But I wasn't enough." Cameras flashed. Audience members gasped. Some began crying. Others put hands over their mouths in disbelief. "I know I'm just an actor, but what we lost wasn't fiction," he said. "It was a little heartbeat. It was our baby." The audience, once filled with applause and polite interest, was now a field of stunned silence and tears. The whisper heard around the world. Before leaving the stage, Chang Wook pulled out the crumpled letter. He read one final line. "To our baby. I may never hold you in my arms, but I will carry your name in my heart until my last breath." And then he whispered, "Forgive me." Not just once, but 3 times. To the child, Hyun, and perhaps to himself. Backstage, a man in pieces. After being helped off stage by 2 staff members, Chang Wook collapsed into a private hallway. Cameras were off, but those present describe a scene that felt cinematic and excruciating. He sat on the cold floor, suit wrinkled, still shaking. One of his managers tried to hand him water. He pushed it away, asking instead, "Did Hyun see that? Was she watching?" When the manager confirmed that Hyun had been watching from her hospital bed, Chang Wook buried his face in his hands and cried harder than anyone had ever seen him before. "She needs to know I'm not leaving her," he kept repeating. "Even if the world turns away, I'm not leaving her." Hyun's reaction, an unbreakable bond. Hospital staff confirmed that Hyun had watched the entire gala from her hospital room, alone, with tears running silently down her face. After the speech, she reportedly whispered to a nurse, "He did what I couldn't. He carried our grief when I couldn't stand." Sources close to the couple say Chang Wook returned to her bedside immediately after the gala, still wearing his stage suit, knees dusty, tie crooked. The two sat in silence, holding hands. No words, just the shared breath of survivors. The scene that broke the internet. A fan-captured video of Chang Wook's breakdown on stage has since gone viral across platforms, amassing over 100 million views globally in less than 24 hours. International fans translated every word, adding subtitles and emotional context for global viewers. One viral comment read, "This is the realest I've ever seen a celebrity. He wasn't crying for attention. He was mourning like a father." The moment is now being hailed as one of the most human, vulnerable acts ever displayed by a Korean celebrity in public. The nation responds. Korean citizens gathered outside the hospital that night, lighting white candles and placing them under a handwritten banner that read, "For Hyun, born in love, lost in light." Trending hashtags include hashtag Chang Wook apology, hashtag Arndo, hashtag Jihyun stay strong, and hashtag real love never breaks. Meanwhile, thousands of handwritten letters and fan drawings have been mailed to Soup Management's office, offering support to the grieving couple. The road ahead. Sources say Chang Wook and Hyun have postponed all public appearances indefinitely and are considering grief counseling together. Friends confirm that a Jeju wedding is no longer in discussion. At least not yet. But one thing remains certain. Despite the loss, despite the heartbreak, their bond has only grown deeper. "They might not have brought a child into the world this time," said a friend, "but they've brought something else, a level of honesty and humanity that this industry rarely sees."